Hello, today is March 25th, 2017. My last call was that the opening would be critical. I thought the most likely thing would be a gap open in a prompt trade outside the day's range. That didn't happen. At that point, the next most likely scenario was that we closed a little change, and in spite of all these shenanigans we closed down by under 2 points. We had some old MEJT targets. They were optional, but they almost always print, and they did. We crossed them off the list. During the day, MEJT here said ultimately higher prices would print, which they did. Said that rally was false, it retraced. Said that drop was false, it retraced. It said this price would hit after this time, which it did. There's the dot. And as the market was dropping, MEJT said, based on the signal on page 120 of my book, that a strong rally would be coming. When the market's dropping like this, particularly on a Friday, there are very few amateurs who are willing to buy. In particular, there are very few amateurs who are willing to buy when it's dropping in a straight line and hits a new low. The only ones willing to put money to work, I think, with such intensity are the professionals who know that the selling is over. Here's a 2B low. We hit a new low and then closed over all these prior lows. It's a positive sign, but we need confirmation by trading over this low by a tick. This close by a tick. This is a pattern which tends to close at the day's high. When that doesn't happen, it leads to further weakness. The signal is canceled. If we gap up and promptly overtake this high, I think there's a good chance this is a low and that's going to happen. This price here, in addition to being a MEJT support level, is an exact price target of a friend of mine. Here's your 30-minute chart. Here's bar 13 of a buy signal from Tom DeMark. Note there is a divergence with MEJT. There's also divergence with RSI. If that's a low, my old count's going to have to die. I don't see any way to make this turn into a valid count, so we'll have to come up with something else. Well, what if this is the count? What if this was wave 3 after all? If that's wave 3, you can see that you've got 5 waves down completed, with wave 5 being equal to wave 1, one being a kind of a funny looking leading diagonal triangle. You can see that you take waves 1 through 3, that wave 5 is a perfect Fibonacci ratio of that. You can see wave A is related by Fibonacci to wave C. And if you put point A here, you've got A, B, C with C equal to A. If you want to play around with all these subwaves, A, B, C, all the fib ratios work perfectly. If that's the count, that should be completed and we should go up. As far as how high, we have 2 of the 3 legs of the FOMC announcement completed. We've gone under the point of the announcement by over 38 points. That means we should exceed this price by a greater amount. That would be a new all-time high. So how does that square with my previous prediction that gray wave B was over? Well, one possibility, if this counts correct, is that we get an irregular flat, expanded flat, because if purple B goes over these highs, it doesn't kill the count, it doesn't invalidate the fact that this wave's over, and that gray wave C is in progress. So we're looking for a sharp move up Monday, promptly overtaking this high. If that happens, I think it gives confirmation that that low's in. We should go at least to this price, most likely to a new all-time high. But if the last wave stops a bit short of the prediction, it wouldn't really change anything, then we get a good rally. But if we don't overtake this high promptly, it increases the chances that my interpretation is wrong and the call fails. And that's today's call.